Hi there, I'm Mark Berry, former voice of the Campbell River Storm. I was talking with somebody the other day, and they suggested that I put together my top 10 Campbell River Storm moments since strapping on the headset back in the 2015-2016 season. You know what? Not an easy task, but I do have a list. Some may surprise you, and some you may disagree with, but you know what? Since I'm operating the camera and the microphone, we'll go with my list. Let's start off with number 10. The Storm played just 13 games in the 2020 season. They were 7-0 at home. The COVID season was a tough year on players, families, fans, and hockey operations. But for me, it was so memorable. It was just me and James Scher in the stands watching the games. It was pretty special. The Brindy had never been that quiet. And what a skilled team that season. You had players like Parker Bell from the Tri-City Americans, Jalen Price from the Everett Silvertips. There was Josh Peterson, Pierce Messer, Owen Christensen. We had Carson Small, who we had acquired from the Creston Valley Thundercats, a very skilled player. Brecken Erichuk. On defense, Kyle Jennings. And of course, between the pipes, Aaron DeCook. Just some of the players that pretty incredible season. Now, you gotta be where I was in an empty Brindy. Can you imagine a Storm goal being scored in overtime and no fans in the stands? Yeah, it was weird and memorable.
It's a 2-on-2. In on goal. Shot. Scores! Owen Christensen in overtime. What a game, folks. What a game. Owen Christensen with the winning goal.
Number 9. Any teddy bear toss game. I called 7 of them, and they were a thrill to call. And on a few occasions, I actually went out with the boys as they distributed the stuffed teddy bears to senior care facilities and the hospital. It was pretty special watching the boys put on those gowns and go into isolation or go in to see somebody that was really bedridden. It was a pretty special experience, I've got to say. I can remember those teddy bear toss goals like they were yesterday. Of course, this was before that silly net went up, but they were special. Thinking back, let's see if I can remember. Let's see if I can remember them all. Now, I remember 2 from before I was actually behind the microphone when I was just volunteering for the Storm. I think it was 2013, Colin Blake. 2014 would have been Trent Johnson. What a great defenseman Trent Johnson was from the United States, and he really helped that team to a Western Canadian Championship. My first season was 2015. Braden Syra. Braden Syra was a beauty from Kelowna, part of that Kelowna connection the Storm had, and he scored some pretty goals with the Storm and scored probably his biggest goal in college with UVic, an overtime winner that kept their dreams alive for the BCIHL championship. The following year was Sheldon Brett. Man, that was something else. Sheldon Brett scoring the teddy bear toss goal. And I remember when Lee Stone traded for him, he gave up a lot to get him. We had just signed Finn Withy, who was an AP with the Storm and a very, very skilled player. And we traded for Sheldon Brett from the Comox Valley Glacier Keys. You got to remember, he was public enemy number 1 when he came into this building. And I remember people saying that week, what's Lee thinking? What's Sheldon Brett? But Sheldon Brett turned out to be an absolutely incredible player for the Campbell River Storm. He had a lot of experience, of course, with the Glacier Kings. He played a number of games up in the BCHL with the Trail Smoke Eaters, and he brought a toughness to the Campbell River Storm. He wasn't big, but he was physical, he was tough, and he made a huge difference and really helped that team to a championship run and a successful championship run. But Sheldon Brett with a goal. I remember Jamie Harris predicting that he would get the teddy bear toss goal, and she was so excited when he did. Following year, Darren Hards with a beauty, a shot from the slot in the back of the net. And Daryl Skender, we had a bit of a pool with the broadcasters, and he won a $25 gift certificate for guessing it would be Darren Hards. Noah Flatiger with a beauty, a Noah Flatiger in front of the net kind of goal. Jory Swanson scored one. Nolan Corrado, absolutely beautiful play, and I think that's the one we're going to queue up and play. Riley Billy was magnificent on that play, so was Jalen Price.
Price, can he reach it? He just can't reach it. Price gets to it, though, puts it to the middle of the ice. Here's Billy on a goal, shot, scores! Nolan Corrado!
And the last one before the netting went up, Cal Nagy. You know what? Those teddy bear toss games were pretty special. Coming up tomorrow, we're going to talk about a couple of players from Kelowna that, boy, I tell you, the memories they created was something else. And with one of them, well, actually with both, I get kind of choked up when I think about their 20 years. So that's coming up tomorrow.